is an old tradition back. Just like Joseph Stalin, who presented Kim Il-sung with a limousine back in 1948, Russian President Vladimir Putin presented North Korean leader Kim Jong-un with a car on Sunday. This is according to North Korea's official Rodong-sinmun newspaper on Tuesday. Kim Yo-jong, Kim Jong-un's younger sister, who practically acts as a de facto spokesperson for him, said the car was a clear indication of the close friendship between the two leaders. The gift isn't a total surprise considering Kim Jong-un showed interest in Putin's car back in September when he visited Russia's Far East. There, he joined the Russian president in the back of Putin's Auto Senate, a massive 7-ton armored limo.
Maxim Kuzminov, a Russian helicopter pilot who defected to Ukraine and now appears to have been murdered just outside Benidorm. This was September, when Mr. Kuzminov was presented to the media in his new Ukrainian home. He'd flown his Russian helicopter over the border and surrendered to Ukraine's forces. He was paid $500,000. Moscow was furious. Kuzminov was called a traitor on TV. This report says an order on his fate had been received. Its implementation was just a matter of time. Mr. Kuzminov didn't settle in Ukraine for long. He ended up in Spain, near Benidorm, and it's here that he appears to have been murdered last Tuesday.
Russian dictator Putin has a new American hostage today. She's a ballerina charged with treason. Her crime, donating $51.80 to a Ukrainian charity. Ksenia Karolina moved to the USA about 10 years ago to pursue her dreams of becoming a ballerina. Ksenia traveled to Russia to visit her family. Putin is making the most of his prize, parading Ksenia on state TV. A white wool hat pulled over her eyes.
Authorities in Russia have opened a new criminal case against the brother of Russian opposition leader Alexei Navalny. Oleg Navalny, seen here in file footage with his brother, was already on the wanted list for another matter. In 2014, Oleg Navalny was sentenced to 3.5 years in prison for fraud in a case Kremlin critics say was trumped up. Now, police say that they have opened a new case, but have not unveiled details of the charges.
The U.S. is set for fresh sanctions on Russia this week.
We'll have a major package announced on Friday.
U.S. President Joe Biden told reporters from the South Lawn of the White House on Tuesday. Officials say the sanctions will, quote, hold Russia accountable for what happened to Alexei Navalny, as well as the 2-year war in Ukraine. White House National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan said the sanctions package would target a range of items, including the country's defense and industrial bases, as well as, quote, sources of revenue for the Russian economy that power Russia's war machine.
This is what the Royal Navy would have been hoping for. A successful underwater test fire by one of its nuclear deterrent submarines back in 2012. Instead, last month, a Trident missile misfired and crashed into the ocean off the coast of Florida. A major embarrassment that raises serious security questions. The Ministry of Defence blamed an anomaly during the drill and insisted Trident remains safe, secure and effective.